Yes, this is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts calling to verify your entries into the Mass Vax Millions. Can you please confirm the following vaccinated people live at this address? Howard Carr, Grace Curley, Taylor Cormier, Tucker Cormier, Biff Buffington, Mindy Muffington, Coos Carr, Charles Gasco.
That sounds like the letters I was getting last year during the election season.
I think we got ballots for all those people mailed to this address.
What about Carol Gasco, damn it? Charlie's married, you know? Carol Gasco, formerly known as Catherine Gregg. That was Whitey's alias when he was living in Santa Monica way back when, and he was on the most wanted list.
FBI foils FBI terrorist plot. Film at 11.
Very well put. That's exactly what they've been doing. And they've been doing this for 70 years. They infiltrated the commies. Then they infiltrated the Ku Klux Klan and the Black Panthers. Then they infiltrated the Muslim terrorists. And now they've infiltrated the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers. Making America safe, sort of. At least that's what we want you to think. The CHUMPLINE is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer. This week celebrating Flag Day and the creation of the Stars and Stripes. We're also saluting Quincy, Massachusetts on their 70th annual Flag Day Parade, the longest running parade of its kind in the nation.
I guess we can forget about the St. Anthony Fauci doll coming out this Christmas.
It's a bobblehead doll. By the way, he's announced that to fight the homicide hornets, no one will have to wear a beekeeper's mask. Oh, new directive in from Dr. Fauci: you have to wear one beekeeper's mask. More breaking news: you have to wear two beekeepers' masks now to fight the homicide hornet.
A beekeeper's mask may be effective in protecting against maybe one sting, but it's mostly to make people feel good.
Very good, Taylor. Very good.
Joe Biden said he's not friends with Chinese President Xi. It's just business. The big guy's 1,000,000,000% right on that one.
Yes, he is. The big guy. You know the sad thing about the big guy? I'd guess 80% of the American people have no idea who the big guy is. And that's the way big tech wants it. That's the way the quote-unquote mainstream media wants it.
Joe Biden recently went abroad. Hunter Biden recently jumped on one.
And do you know another thing that 80% of America doesn't know? That Joe Biden has a granddaughter down in Little Rock, Arkansas, that his beloved son, the smartest guy he knows, tried to deny the paternity of.
Hunter is striking a blow for the environment since his artwork uses a metal straw, recycled paper, and laundered money.
Yeah, I think this is really, though, a brilliant scam. I was talking to Mark Simone today from WOR in New York. I was on his show. And he said that when the payola scandals were going in radio back in the 50s, these big-time DJs were taking money, just hand over fist, cash, thousands and thousands of dollars to play songs. And so they started looking into it. So what some of the DJs did in New York was to have their wives or their close relatives set up art galleries. And they were pulling the same stuff. They were selling these works of art, quote unquote, to the record companies and the promoters of the records to try to get around it.
It's bad enough Kinkles looks like a hag, but whenever she speaks, it sounds like a nag. Her career as a liar has lost its fire. It's high time the media dump the old bag.
Limerick Guy is referring to her appearance yesterday on Morning Joe, where she bemoaned the fact that some people can't accept the results of a presidential election. Again, talk about projection. And the fact is, she looked like hell. I don't know how else to put it. She looked horrible. I know it was very early in the morning, but she's got more money than God, even though the Clinton Foundation is pretty much bust. Can't she get makeup to do something about the bags under her eyes and the whatever she was doing the previous night?
You know how I am so embarrassed by Biden and Harris that I want to wear a mask over my whole face.
I've got an amazing editorial from the Los Angeles Times today saying, if you want to keep wearing a mask, go right ahead. It's really a good thing to do. And they wonder why the paper lost $50 million last year.
Is there a silent K between the O and E in our president's first name?
Get it? Joke. I got a 3-letter word for you. Joke.
I made out a list of 16 items that are off limits if my house is robbed. I'll be posting them online.
And I looked at the list. It's really so obvious. Why did they have to put out a list like that? I don't know. Internet capability, financial capability, the electric grid. I mean, all this stuff, it's obvious. Those are the places you'd want to hit. And why would you as if the Russians or the Iranians or the Chinese or whoever didn't already know where we're most vulnerable, where every society is most vulnerable.
Charlie Parker here. In my evil lair, I've done something wonderful. I've taken the murder hornets and I've cross-pollinated them with the vaccine for COVID. So now they're not murder hornets, they're mass vax hornets. I'm brilliant.
Yeah, Charlie Parker would love to bring the murder hornets to Massachusetts so he could go back to his daily press conferences and talking about his unnamed friends who've died of stings from the murder hornets, et cetera, et cetera. I just don't think it's in the works, though.
I hold in my hand the last envelope.
Strawberry rhubarb, mosquito, Howie Carr's Brown University postcard. Name a pie, a fly, and a lie.
Hey-oh!
That is so untrue. That is so untrue. I'm going to have to find another guy from Deerfield that knew me back in the day, like the one who called in this afternoon to Grace's show and called me a big fat slob. Only I'm going to have to find one that remembers the day I got into Brown University.
That was your last CHUMPLINE message. Thank you for calling Howie Carr, you chump.
That's it today for the Howie Carr CHUMPLINE. It's the voicemail message service of the Howie Carr Show. And if you would like to leave a message anytime between the hours of 1 and 4 Eastern Daylight Time every weekday, you can call 844-500-4242, 844-500-4242. Press 2 for the CHUMPLINE. Leave your message. We may or may not play it at this time each weekday. The CHUMPLINE includes only messages, obviously, that we thought were fit for broadcast, and we always have a lot of leftover ones that are pretty good as well. So if you want to hear those messages, you can always hear them at 7 o'clock every weeknight Eastern Time on Chopped Chumps. That's our excess CHUMPLINE. And you can find Chopped Chumps wherever you find your Howie Carr Show podcast. The CHUMPLINE is brought to you by Matthews Brothers, America's oldest window manufacturer, this week celebrating Flag Day and the creation of the Stars and Stripes. We're also saluting Quincy, Massachusetts on their 70th annual Flag Day Parade, the longest-running parade of its kind in the nation.
I made out a list of 16 items that are off limits if my house is robbed. I'll be posting them online.
Just like being in a bar and you're about to square off with a guy and you say, you can take a whack at me, but stay away from my ribs. I just cracked one. How would that work out for you? Just don't hit me in the jaw. I have kind of a glass jaw, and I got a bridge in my lower jaw, so I don't hit me in the mouth. Whatever you do, don't hit me in the mouth. It's crazy. I thought this guy took on. Did he give Corn Pop these kind of tips before they went toe to toe? I'm Howie Carr.
Born in Maine, made in Massachusetts, and now a resident of the Sunshine State, Howie Carr, the original carpetbagger.